Hello everyone. Before we begin this video, if you could give United24 a subscribe on YouTube. We put out some really interesting videos and are well worth a follow. Now on to today's video, and this time I'm going to play the video in question in full first.
Огонь!
Есть нахуй!
Сброс!
So what you've just seen is a Flakpanzer Gepard intercepting a Shahed drone, but filmed from inside the control room, which we haven't seen before. So it was pretty cool to see. On screen now is a translation of the control panel. So at the top we have direction. Now I'm sure the numbers here make sense to the operators. I would expect direction to be north, south, west and so on, rather than a string of numbers. I'm not sure what these numbers could be exactly. If you know, let me know in the comments. Next is distance, done in meters. I'm going to come back to this very shortly. Below that we can see altitude and then velocity. So that's all the information that the Gepard's control panel tells us. Now on the video we just watched, the distance number jumps around a bit before finally settling. I believe this may be when it was trying to get a lock on the Shahed, maybe giving false readings or getting a lock onto other things instead. It seems to lock onto the Shahed at a distance of 2,500 meters, as it is at this point when it gets readings of the other two sections as shown here. So it clocks the drone at 2,500 meters at an altitude of 329 meters, but it gives the speed of travelling as 1 meter a second. Now 1 meter a second is apparently 3.6 kilometers an hour, so I think this is a false reading of some sort. Maybe the Gepard takes a little while to get an accurate judge of speed of the targets which are nearby. The Shahed 136 has a top speed of 185 kilometers an hour. Now I will replay a section when it is firing. So you can see the numbers become quite random, jumping around quite a bit. It seems that firing the twin autocannons of the Gepard does mess with the readings somewhat, but it doesn't seem to affect the accuracy of it, as this was a success and the drone was downed. Here's a screenshot of when the Shahed was downed, so a distance of 2,373 meters and an altitude of 303 meters. I think the speed shown here, 13 meters a second, is also a false reading, as it's quite low. If anyone watching has operated a Gepard or knows about them, I'd love to know why the readings jump around so much when it's fired, and if it actually ever affects targeting, or if these readings are not all that important once the Gepard has got a lock on. So it seems that Gepards have been moved to places where we've seen Shahed strikes, so perhaps on the outskirts of Kyiv or the outskirts of Odessa for example. Both of those are likely. As demonstrated here, its intercept range 5.5 kilometers. With Ukraine having 30 or so Gepards, I expect these are going to be placed near key targets for the Shaheds. Power plants, oil refineries and other types of infrastructure, which we often see these Shaheds targeting. Or possibly even along known flight routes of the Shahed, though if Russia is smart, they would mix it up a bit and vary the flight routes to avoid them being clocked and having systems like the Gepard placed there. So there's not too much else to discuss on this video. I hope you found it interesting. If so, please click like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thanks again, and take care everyone.